Make that big boss less special. It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level. Second level gaming.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to your coverage of Indy Popcon 2018, and I'm here with Logan and Shane from Circean Studios for their game Konsui Fighter.
Yep.
I hate Japanese names, as you know. I cannot pronounce them to save my life. And me and Tom...
You did a good job this time.
Well, thank you. Me and Tom just played this for a little bit. I destroyed him, just want to say.
Yep.
He backed out twice, knowing he was going to lose. And then he's saying I'm number one. So let's talk a little bit about the game. How did it come to be? I know it's a very generic question, but where did this brainchild come from?
Sure. Yeah, so I'll let you kind of...
Sure, yeah. So we, for our first title, we kind of were evaluating like a good niche in the market. We didn't really see a great fighting game on mobile that did it right. What we kind of saw were a lot of games that just had very basic swipe mechanics, very generalized, or trying to put a full arcade stack of controls on a touchscreen.
It's not good.
That doesn't really work too well.
Not fun.
So we wanted to find that good middle-of-the-road balance, a fighter that replicated a detailed mechanical fighter built from the ground up for mobile. So that's kind of what we're going for. Mechanics-wise, we're trying to lean more towards like a Street Fighter II era fighter. So you'll see a lot of kind of inspiration from your 90s era fighters.
I was going to say, it reminded me of a lot of those early 90s fighters.
Yeah.
Far and away. Could you talk a little bit about the art style? Because it's gorgeous.
Yeah, thank you. So our lead artist, Jas Carpenter, he's based out of Kansas City. We actually did an open call for artists when we first started the project, and we knew pretty much immediately when we saw his art that he was the one we wanted to go with. Yeah, I mean, his unique visual style is really what we wanted. We thought it'd be great to do a fighting game that had kind of a style that stood out a bit. So.
Mm-hmm. And a little bit about kind of the characters, because there's, what, 8, 10 characters total on that?
Yeah, so there's 10 playable characters. We have 6 right now. We're currently in beta. But each character kind of represents a little bit of our main character, which is a Yumu. For example, the character you were playing was Shinrao, so he's like the Shade Spectre. He represents...
He's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, so he represents kind of like fear and terror and things like that.
It reminded me a little bit, the reason I picked him was because I'm a big Death Note fan.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of that, and I was like, yeah.
Maybe a touch of inspiration there.
Yeah.
I mean...
And Kyoki, the other character that
Tom was doing?
That Tom was playing, she's our happy, bubbly person, so she
You picked the wrong one.
Happiness and joy. I mean, she's still pretty good. I mean, she can do a lot of kick moves.
And backflips.
Yeah, gymnastics, and she's adorable.
So when you went to go start the creation of these characters, did you go in with like a moveset you wanted each to have, or did you go in like when it comes to diversity, would you go in and say, I want a shadow character, I want a female character that's going to do this? How did you guys come about with that?
Funny. I think like in general, we knew the certain emotions we wanted to key on, and that has to do with the story without giving too many things away. But there are reasons that we went with these particular emotions for the game, and we knew we wanted to start with that. I knew a little bit about the character's backstory. I kind of developed that out, and I provided that to Jas when we were concepting, and he just came up with some designs. He pulled some inspiration from a lot of different things. I think Kenta's design, for example, the tribal character we have, he pulled a lot of the design from some actual like native Asian tribal style and stuff. So he presented those concepts and we went with that. As far as kind of the move sets and stuff go, we knew we kind of wanted to hit certain tropes with certain characters. So Kenta's your big slow guy. We wanted Shinrao to just be weird and transformy and stuff like that.
The teleport was awesome because you could just go from one side. He eventually figured out what I was doing. And was able to counter it, but like at that initial, like, where am I going to show up? It's kind of cool.
Yeah, so every character has kind of an angle. One that I wish we had ready for the show, but if follow the build, you'll see her soon. It's Hitan. She actually has a flock of birds that will follow her around the stage, and she can command them to do certain attacks and stuff. So, we wanted to kind of go with a unique angle and then adapt our balance down from there.
So from your guys' perspective, when it comes to gaming, I assume you both are gamers because you're making a game. More than likely, that's
a very good assumption.
Yeah.
What was your games growing up? What was your console you grew up on, and what was the game that was like got you into gaming?
For me, I mean, I had a Nintendo. I played the Sega Genesis the most, so I really like Sonic. In fact, I'm super excited about the new Sega game that came out recently.
You like Supersonic?
I do like Supersonic. I like Sonic CD. 3D Blast was fun.
3D kind of went downhill.
Yeah. But like the new
New ones are real. Have you played Mania?
Yep.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. And then the brawlers, so like Streets of Rage. Yeah, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, and then tactics games, so Shining Force. So I know a lot of people that's like, oh yeah, I did Nintendo and Super Nintendo. I'm like, I had those, but the Genesis just has a
special
spot.
For me, I was a Nintendo kid. He was a Mega Drive kid because he's from the UK, but Genesis. So it's really fun hearing, because you're a lot of similar games with him, so you guys probably would get along.
Yeah.
What about you? What was your...
So I have kind of a weird gaming upbringing.
This is going to be good.
When I was extremely young, probably like 4 or 5 years old.
Like this tall?
When I was a wee lad.
Yeah. My dad started letting me tinker around with his Commodore 64. So I started off kind of in that era. By the time I hit, I think, my 7th birthday, I got an NES. And that's actually around the time I started coding and learning to code. So I kind of knew that game development was where I wanted to go. And I've been kind of a multi-system guy throughout. It's kind of ping-pong back and forth. So I stayed in the Nintendo realm up through the 64 days, picked up a PlayStation, and realized the magnificence that is Sony's catalog. And yeah, 360 when it was kind of hot during college.
And now are you a PS4 guy?
Yeah,
Did you
PS4
follow the trends?
And PC. So, I mean, like, I go where the good games are. I'm not bound to a particular brand, but yeah, I'm pretty big on just about any genre of fighters, obviously. I enjoy platformers, all sorts of stuff. So, yeah.
Gotcha. What's your favorite current generation game?
So right now, I'm a big Final Fantasy 14 online player, so that's probably going to be it.
For me, it's tough to say. I just finished Horizon, which was pretty awesome.
That game's pretty good.
But I might have to say Resident Evil 7 in VR.
Did you play it 100% in VR?
I did.
He did too in 2 sittings.
Funny, I expected I was going to last like an hour and be like, nope. But I made it through, and just being able to be in that environment and in the experience was really awesome. So,
do you have a Pro or do you have a...
I don't. Oddly enough, I've thought about getting a Pro just for the fact of replaying through that.
Tom has the Pro, and I have the OG PlayStation. It looks so much better on the Pro.
I need to give that a shot.
It looks so much better on the Pro. So where can we find the game if somebody wants to find out more news or information about it?
Absolutely. So you can actually find all of, you can find more about the game on Twitter at Konsui Fighter, on Facebook at Konsui Fighter. We are currently in early access on the Google Play Store. So if you look for Konsui Fighter, it's on there. It's $3.99. You'll get the beta that we actually have playable here right now, and then the full game when it releases later this year. We currently have it on Android, and then we're working on an iOS release for next year.
One other plug I'll drop, we do have our own in-house stream. It's called Konsui Fighter Live on our Twitch channel. Yeah, it's Konsui. Konsui. Yep, yeah. So, yeah, we have a stream called Konsui Fighter Live on our Twitch channel about every 2 weeks. We talk about the progress of the game, show some inner workings. Every now and then we might be known to do a Gundam build stream just for kicks and chat with the community. So.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. The game was a lot of fun, especially the fact that I destroyed Tom. I want to just emphasize that he quit twice, and I still won. Still won. But thank you guys so much. Pick up Konsui Fighter on Google Play Store now. You can get in the beta. I'm being told I'm #1 by a couple of people back there. But thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, welcome to the second level. Bye.
Ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level.